Well, good morning, everyone who subscribed to me recently. Hi, Bedrock Burger. I recently hit 2,000 subscribers, actually about 2,500, almost 2,600 as of recording this video, and I decided, hey, I'll do a Q&A. So I put up a post, people ask questions, I even put it in my Discord, link below, so they can ask questions, and I'm literally just holding my phone in front of me to read off these questions. Totally unscripted. So without further ado, I'm just gonna get right into the questions. Pretty simple, pretty unscripted. Let's do this. Yay. First question. Nobody FRM 509 asked, when is year 2 coming out? We're working on it. It's taken some time. I am already about 117 days into the recording of year 2. The goal is end of March. That's the goal, releasing a new year about every 3 months or so. It's a lot of work though, so hopefully March. If not, it'll be end of April. It's one of those two. They do take time, and I do want to keep up content throughout the months working on it, so I'll be multitasking quite a bit, especially since I also want to bring up a third channel by the end of January, which I haven't started on the videos for yet, so I gotta do that. A lot of multitasking, aiming for March. Next question from NatRatGT. As you are a masochistic burger, will you play compression? It's basically GTNH. Create GTNH. I like create. I like Greg Tech. I don't know about harder though, because to me, difficulty doesn't mean fun. You know, I do like Dark Souls games, but those aren't really super difficult for me. But as long as it's fun, I care about it. I don't really care about difficulty, so I think I'm going to stick to New Horizons and then create in separate videos and probably not do compression. Maybe someday down the line, when if the YouTube becomes a full-time career, we'll see. So for now, no. Later, maybe. Vivek Mondal asks, do you play All the Mods 10? I have played a lot of All the Mods 9. I've actually beaten it 3 times, or beaten it twice, almost beaten it a third time. I do like all the mods, but I do have a problem where I get to everything automated, and then it just becomes like a checklist of do this mod, do this mod, do this mod, do this mod to get the star, and it's like, eh. So I have not played all the mods 10, because I've already beaten all the mods 9, like a bunch. So I may eventually do it. Not now though. It's sort of like the last question with compression. Nah, I'll do it later. Next question from Vivek. Do you have a girlfriend? Man, I wish. Next question. Were you on the Epstein Islands? Yeah, I saw Bill Clinton there. And the final question from him. Would you do an All the Mods series besides your scheduled Greg Tech New Horizons series? So I have actually tried to do it twice. My previous videos, I have 2 different runs of All the Mods 9. And those were ones where I didn't end up beating the pack, but I just kind of got to the part where I don't like in All the Mods 9, where you get everything automated and then it's just checklist for the star. So I don't know if I'll do an All the Mods series. Maybe. It's the last couple of questions have just been maybe. You know, it's whatever. Mr. Bomb asks, how often can we expect uploads? I try to aim for once a week. Sometimes it ends up being 2 weeks if the video I'm working on ends up being a bit bigger than I initially thought. I try for once a week. The only thing is that there was the big gap in between the Greg Tech year 1 and then the previous video from there, mostly because it was the holidays and the Greg Tech video was a ton of work. So I aim for weekly. Sometimes it ends up being a little more than a week, but yeah. I'd say at minimum every other week. Another question from Nobody FRM. Are you on the brink of mental breakdown after your files corrupted? You sounded more frantic as each corruption went on. Honestly, the franticness was more from the script being about 2 hours long. So as I was going along with the script, of course I broke it up, but it's just the franticness was more from exhaustion of speaking for so long. The files corrupting was extremely annoying, and hopefully when I edit the year 2 video I have something to get around that. Essentially my computer doesn't have enough hard drive space, or I have an SSD in my PC, but it doesn't have enough space for video files, so I exported to an external SSD. But there's always problems from going from a USB port to the editing software, which caused a lot of the corruption and crashes. It was really annoying, but this time in year 2, I am sort of moderating my recordings, keeping them to about an hour. It's basically when I see server backup started, because New Horizons has an internal server thing. Basically, whenever it does a backup is when I go, okay, pause recording, which is about an hour. So recordings end up being about an hour and 2 or 3 minutes long. I'm hoping that avoids it. We will see. I will be giving updates on my regular Tuesday updates. That's all the comments, that's all the questions I got on YouTube. So now we flick to the comments I got in my Discord, link below. So, Wizard asks, how did you discover Minecraft modding? It's actually really funny. My first mod pack I played was GregTech New Horizons. It was basically one of my friends was like, hey, do we want to start up a Minecraft server? And my friend's brother, who is currently my roommate, was like, hey, I can just run the server. And I was like, cool. And the first friend was like, hey, let's play this super fun mod pack called GregTech New Horizons. And no one knew what we were getting into, but it was still a lot of fun. In that one, the furthest I got was making the EBF. But I'm talking like, I didn't know what I was doing. I made the EBF controller, and that was it. I got burned out pretty quick because I was hopping on there every so often. That was actually, I think by the time I started, so the timeline is we did that server. A lot of people got burned out of it, except for the person who actually suggested GregTech New Horizons. That was actually when that server died is when I actually started up the Create server, which became my first video. So maybe like a month or two before my very first video on Bedrock Burger was when we were on the GregTech New Horizons server. But yeah, I only got to basically the end of LV, super unoptimized. It was like I was not going to make it very far from that. But nowadays, I know exactly what I'm doing. Mostly up to like AE2. I know Applied Energistics 2. I don't know GregTech Applied Energistics 2. We'll see when I get there. But yeah, discover Minecraft modding through frickin' GregTech New Horizons, and then went to Create, and then went to all the mods. I still like Create. The Only Stram asks, do you plan on playing any other games? While I don't watch much, I know it's mostly Minecraft and Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is on my other YouTube channel, Blade Burger. I don't really post there anymore because while I do love Destiny 2, I don't really feel like making videos on it. It's a bit weird. I love the game, just don't want to make videos on it. I don't know why. So that channel, Blade Burger, is kind of in limbo right now, so we'll see. That was my channel before Bedrock Burger, though. But planning on playing other games, definitely Terraria, because I still like Terraria, and Terraria is... The videos are a lot easier to make than these Minecraft ones because there is a set start out, boss. It has a very linear progression where you just go boss to boss to boss. And in mods, you just follow those. So I can do Terraria decently easy. I was going to do a Calamity run, Terraria Calamity mod. And then they announced that they were delaying the big update I was waiting for. So I don't know if I'm going to do a Calamity video anymore for now. I might do the mod that the person who asked the question made, Stram's Classes. I already made a video on Stram's Classes. I might do another one because he just added a new class. I'm just going to wait a little bit for like bug fixes and stuff, and to prioritize the GregTech video right now, because the first one made a lot of money. So it's kind of a monetary thing now, which I like. Beanie Swag, my favorite teammate when editing videos, asks to bounce off Nobe, aka Stram, will you collaborate with other people in games? I don't know. I keep saying a lot, but I'm still pretty small for a creator, so it would be more like they would have to reach out for me, because I don't want to be the person to go, hey creator, poke, bring me into one of your videos. I'm also just, my videos are made at my own pace, and I don't like having to go at the pace of the other creators. So that's another thing, because with my part-time job, my current health issue, which is a whole other thing, and then just I enjoy taking my time on videos. I don't know if I'd ever collaborate with creators unless they were to approach me over it. And then if they approach me over it, is it beneficial to me to make videos with this person? There was a time where I did actually get asked to join a Create SMP, but I was like right in the middle of making this Greg Tech year 1 video, so I was like, nah, I can't do it right now. If they ask me again, I probably join that SMP. I know exactly 0 people in that SMP though, so we'll have to see. Another we'll see answer. I don't know. Next question from Overfry, I think it is. How did you get the name Burger? Where did it come from, and what's the story behind it? So I actually talked about this on my other Q&A for 1,000 subscribers, where the whole burger thing, it started out as my other channel, Blade Burger, and Blade Burger is the nickname that one of my friends came up with for Blade Barrage in Destiny 2. Because essentially we were playing like Mayhem or something, and he got hit with a Blade Barrage, and he was like, do it, Blade Burger! And it's like, oh, that just stuck. So we started calling Blade Barrage Blade Burger. Then when I went to go make my channel Blade Burger a couple years ago, I was like, what's a good name I can do? Oh, Blade Burger. And so that's where it came from. So Bedrock Burger is just kind of a spin-off of the Blade Burger, keeping with the whole BB something burger. I do have a third channel which is made, but I haven't posted anything on it yet. That is Booster Burger. So just kind of keeping with the BB theme for the burger thing. I also do like burgers too. Eobard asks, when playing Greg Tech New Horizons, which game mechanic or recipe makes you want to hit your head on the walls of your room? I don't really have a mechanic, because the furthest I have gotten is my current run. The only mechanic that is like annoying question mark is pollution, but I could deal with it if I wasn't, you know, lazy, right? I turned pollution off in my year 2 of the run just because my goal was to make a pyrolyse oven, and I keep my tech very compact, so pollution would have just been across my entire base, and I just turned it off because it was kind of annoying. It's not banging a head against the wall annoying, it's more like, I'll just turn it off. I haven't gotten much farther in the pack though, so I will have to see if there is one later. Come back to that question, you know? I've heard the Eye of Harmony is really bad. That Lucius asks, or that THT1 Lucius asks, if I stack one lasagna on top of another, is it just one lasagna or still 2? I think they actually make like double layer lasagnas, so I would say it's still, if you think it is one lasagna, it'll be one lasagna. If you think it's 2 lasagnas, then it's 2 lasagnas. So there you go. Cosmo asks, do you think you will ever do a face reveal? I am one of those people who doesn't like my face on the internet. I did actually do a face reveal on my other channel years and years ago, but I deleted that video. I just don't want to have my face on the internet. You know, I'd prefer to remain anonymous for as long as I can. You can hear my voice, and I think my voice is pretty recognizable if you stumble into my Publix and it's like I say, hey, how's it going? And you'd be like, oh shit, that's a burger. But I'm going to keep my face private. It's just a personal thing. Regu asks, what was one very dumb/funny moment you had while recording a video? I can't really think of any, honestly. The only thing is oh, you know what? There was actually one time my mic just straight up fell off my desk. Like, my mic is connected, like, I'm banging it right now. It's connected to like a little arm that's connected to my desk. You know, and I was just like doing a voiceover for something, and the mic just fell off. I did cut it from the video, but that was kind of funny. Otherwise, I do sometimes do like flubs in my script, I read a section and it's like blah, 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 blah. So that happens, but I usually cut them out. That Lucius again asks, is there something you would want added to create? Not really. I guess the only thing I can really think of would be an easier way to move stuff like fluid tanks. Because, you know, when you get a fluid tank that is full to the brim, or like, you know, 16 fluid tanks, or like 18 fluid tanks stacked up to like 10 blocks high, and then you need to move everything, it's like a total pain in the butt to do that. So I would want like a way to easier to move big fluid tanks easier like that, rather than just piping the fluid to the new location, then deconstructing the old one. Like, just if you could just move the big fluid tanks easier, I guess. That's like my only thing, but I guess you could do that with trains. That's the only thing I could really think of off the top of my head. Anyways, that is all the questions that I got on my Discord and on my YouTube. So, yeah. Thank you all for coming and watching. I'll probably do another Q&A at every 1,000 subscribers, just to do a little celebration thing. So if you liked all the questions, let me know down below. Disagree with me, cuss me out, whatever you want to do. Just vent. Just like vent your feelings. I don't know. Give me some engagement. Bedrock Burger, out.